Most careers do not fail dramatically. There is no big collapse, no major incident, no visible crash. What actually happens is much quieter. People stop learning. I've seen this again and again over my long career, especially in mid career profession. Early in their careers, they are very curious. They read, they learn, they experiment, they ask questions, they are open to learning. And then slowly work takes over, deadlines increase, meetings increase, responsibility increase, and the learning quietly disappears. For a few years, nothing seems wrong. Experience carries them forward, but the world does not stand still. Technology changes, expectations change, new people enter the system with new skills, and then one day, without warning, the person realizes they have plateaued. This is why this line from Charlie Munger is so powerful. He says, "In my life, I have known no wise man who did not read all the time." Reading is not about information, reading is about staying relevant. A good book can give you 10 or 20 years of someone else's experience in a few hours, but only if you actually want to use it. Today, I will share with you 10 books that can genuinely change your career. Not books that you read to impress others, books that you can apply. Let us start. The first book is Mindset by Carol Dweck. This book will challenge how you see your own abilities. Many people believe their talent is fixed. They believe they are either good at something or not, and that belief actually limits their growth. A growth mindset, as Carol Dweck points out, on the other hand, is simple. It says you can improve with effort and learning. If you take one thing from this book, it would be this: do not define yourself too early. Second book in the list is Grit by Angela Duckworth. We all like to believe that success comes from intelligence or talent. But if you look at people who last for decades, you will see something else. They stayed in the game. They kept going when things were boring, difficult, or very slow. Grit is not exciting, it is not glamorous, but it is what builds long careers. The third book, my favorite, is Execution by Larry Bossidy and Ram Charan. This is one of the most practical books you will ever read. It came out well over 30 years ago, and it's the simple truth. Ideas are everywhere, execution is rare. Most organizations are full of plans and people who have plans, but they never get implemented. If you can build a reputation for getting things done, you will stand out. Fourth book on the list is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This book is really old, but this is exactly what you and I always need. I read this pretty much every other year, and I am always amazed at how deeply profound this book is. Despite being written decades ago, the ideas are still very relevant, very proactive. Stuff like be proactive, focus on priorities, try to understand people before you want to be understood. Simple ideas, but not easy to practice. Excellent book. Fifth book is The One Thing by Gary Keller. This book asks a very uncomfortable question: what is the one thing that matters the most right now? Most people are not busy, they are distracted, including myself. They spend the day reacting instead of focusing. If you can identify and work on the one thing that truly matters today, and your productivity will completely change. Book number 6 is Deep Work by Cal Newport. Today's work culture rewards being available, reply fast, join every meeting, stay connected, but that is not where real value comes from. Real value comes from the ability to focus deeply on something important. Deep work is becoming rare, and this is exactly why it is becoming valuable. The seventh book on the list is perhaps your favorite, Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book is about systems. Most people set goals, very few people build systems. And systems are what actually drive results. If you improve a little day by day, those improvements compound over time. This is where the idea of brick by brick really matters. The eighth book is Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. This book will make you realize how flawed your thinking is. We like to believe we are rational, we are not. This book is also extremely difficult to read. I would suggest that you take months to read it, not weeks or days. This is a profound book and not easy to read. Our decisions are influenced by biases, shortcuts, and emotions. Once you understand this, you start making better decisions at work and in life. The ninth book is The Effective Executive by Peter Drucker, very old book. Drucker's ideas are timeless, and in many ways, he is the father of modern management. In this book, he focuses on effectiveness, not just effort. It is not about working longer hours, it is working on the right things, managing your time, focusing on contribution, and making good decisions. These are skills that will always matter. And the 10th book is a slightly difficult book to read, Range by David Epstein. This book challenges the idea that you need to specialize very early. It argues that exploring different areas can actually make you better in the long run. In a changing world, adaptability is the big advantage that you could have. Now, let me say something that most people will not like. All 10 of them will not change your career. Buying them will not change your career. Even finishing them will not change your career. What will change your career is what you do after reading them. A lot of people might save this video. Some will even buy these books, and I wish them well. But very few will apply even one idea consistently. You be that person. Do not be like most people who pick the book but don't do anything about it. Pick one book out of these 10, pick that idea and work on it, make it yours. Apply it for the next 30 days, 60 days, 100 days, 1 year. Don't give up. You have enough life. There is a long life. You don't need to read 1,000 books. You don't need to read 50 books a year. 5, 10 are more than enough. And if this year you want to build a reading habit and read stuff that will actually change your career, pick any one from these 10. A book on your shelf changes nothing. A lesson applied can change everything. Simple question for you. Which of these books are you actually going to act upon next? Let me know in the comments. I always read the comments that you leave and will try and answer when I can. Build your career brick by brick.